God does not have integrity.
I'm Tim Greenwood, and this is Windows on the Word.
God and God's Word does not have integrity. Now, this is another statement that causes the whole room to suddenly get really quiet. You see, God doesn't have integrity. That's because He is integrity. And His Word is the very embodiment of that integrity. Hallelujah. In actuality, when man begins talking about the integrity of God's Word, it's technically demeaning God's Word because God's Word doesn't need any of man's stamp of approval. See, when God says it, then it is. On the other hand, man's Word may or may not have that integrity. Matthew 5:20 says, "For I say unto you, that unless your reputation of integrity exceeds that of the scribes and the Pharisees of old, you can just forget about entering into the kingdom of God." You see, the scribes and the Pharisees had gotten the reputation of being fakes, saying one thing and then doing another and not acting in good faith. In other words, they didn't have or act with integrity. Integrity actually goes beyond the letter of the law. Jesus taught about the spirit or the heart behind the law and illustrated this by giving 6 examples saying, "You have heard this, but I say this." Since these passages do not directly pertain to our topic, I'll just let you read them for yourselves there in Matthew 5:21 through 44. Now understand that Jesus is teaching us that integrity is also looking at the intent and the heart behind the legal language and the injunctions of the contract. Decades ago, I started to work my way up in our denominational hierarchy from a congregant to an usher, a head usher, and then to a deacon, and finally I became a department head at the denominational headquarters. I spent more than 30 years studying about God in all the areas of theology and eschatology, ecclesiology, canonics, demonology, etymology, and both Old and New Testament exegesis, world history, and related mythology, and so much more. But gaining a lifetime of knowledge about God does not even begin to compare with actually knowing God and knowing His heart. I thought I knew everything there was to know about God. But see, I didn't know God until I got baptized in the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit incrementally revealed to me the heart of Jesus, which is also the heart of the Father. Now, Paul said in Philippians 3:5 through 8 that he was a Hebrew, that he could recite his genealogy all the way back to the tribe of Benjamin, and that he was a Hebrew scholar, a Pharisee, and a Jew that religiously crossed every T and dotted every I of the law since he was circumcised on the 8th day of his life, according to the law of Moses. And that he was religiously zealous to the point of being an accessory to the execution of Stephen and other followers of Jesus. He said that he was considered absolutely righteous in the eyes of his religion. But he said that now he held all of that which he was previously so proud of as if it were a pile of stinking dung. You know, Marcia and I did the very same thing. 30 years of accumulated religious notes and an entire library of religious study materials suddenly became completely worthless. Why? Because once you know Him and once you know His heart, all of the religious stuff just falls away, leaving behind love, good faith, and a flawless reputation of integrity. The word integrity is also an engineering term, such as determining whether a bridge or a steel member of that bridge has the integrity to bear the load that it will be subject to. Integrity here refers to the wholeness, the soundness, the solidness of having the strength to bear up under pressure without bending, buckling, twisting, or in some other way failing. On August 1st, 2007, the massive I-35 Mississippi River Bridge in Minneapolis, Minnesota, catastrophically collapsed during the evening rush hour into the river and onto the riverbank beneath, killing 13 people, injuring 145 because of having insufficient structural integrity for the weight and the pressure placed upon the bridge while it was being resurfaced. Too often, when the pressures of life begin to bear down on Christians, that's also when their integrity fails. You see, this relates to what we're talking about concerning the letter versus the spirit of the law. If you are under contract, but your circumstances change, could you probably find some lawyer somewhere who may be able to help you connive your way out from under that contract? If you've obligated yourself to something with a promise, I'm sure that you could come up with some believable excuse for not keeping it. But see, these attempts to get out from under an agreement, under pressure, is exactly the bending and the buckling and the twisting that I'm referring to. Now, these are all things that immediately precede an eventual catastrophic failure as the result of what? Lack of integrity. Again, God doesn't have integrity because He is integrity. And God truly expects us to keep and stand by our word, to see that every promise, every contract, every agreement is successfully fulfilled, and that you operate and live a life in good faith and integrity just like Jesus did.